Ladies and gentlemen, we have some very special guests with us today. We got Jimmy Fulp and Joe Smith. What's going on, y'all?
Hey guys, what's happening?
How's it going?
We got the Paul Stanleys with us.
Representing.
They're representing the Paul Stanleys, which is your trivia
That's right.
team, right? You guys even have shirts for it.
We're legit, right?
Shit. So you guys are here to talk about Stage Stop and the would you call it a reunion show, a tribute, mixture?
Yeah, we probably both, really.
Yeah.
We initially really wanted to just do a tribute to Nita. Nita, if you don't know, was the owner of Stage Stop.
How do you say her last name?
Makris.
Nita Makris. Cool. So Neil's June 25th, 4 p.m. to 10 p.m., 5725 Quince Road.
Yes.
So I would love to learn more. As me and Jeff know, Stage Stop comes up constantly.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think it's great that y'all are doing something like this, and I'm sure it's going to have a great turnout. Tell us a little more about your time there, but also the genesis of wanting to ramp this reunion up.
Okay. Well, can we go?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, sure.
go.
Rock paper scissors right now.
Lizard spot.
My time there. Yeah, I guess how I hooked up with all these guys. Many many years ago. I won't say how many, but I was in college and drummer in a band, and I grew up in Norfolk, Virginia area. So I got to Memphis in the early 80s. So I was always interested in music and all that. And I started hearing about different acts and stuff and learned to play drums. So I played drums in a college band for a while, sang country music at Bad Bob's Vapors.
Oh, cool.
And Chelsea Street Pub, various locations. And then I met a counterpart, a guy named Wayne Walker, you've probably heard of.
Oh, yeah.
When
We know Wayne.
Yeah, we were about 18, 19 years old, and it's been a hoot ever since. And I watched him play guitar and just went, whoa. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. The guy is just incredible. So we ran the bar gamut for a while, and one night when I finally hit 21 and could get into the Stage Stop legally, we went in, and from night one, Nita welcomed us. Slick Rick was there. He was the DJ, and he welcomed us, and we just kind of hung out there. And then whatever magic happens, I mean, I was more into the punk, new wave, cowpunk, Jason and the Scorchers, and that kind of thing. Really not so much in that heavy metal. I mean, I loved Ozzy and Black Sabbath and all that kind of stuff. But then I met Wayne. We got this Stage Stop. We started hearing, more of that and more what was going on at the scene at the time. And then that's where I met guys like this, like Wayne, like Jimmy, like Sean Few, Dave Flexer. I mean, the list goes on and on.
The Roxy Blue guys, Nightmares guys.
All of them. Roxy, Thrust.
So I get the bands right here that are showing up. Lord Tracy, Roxy Blue, Every Mother's Nightmare, Play Rough, Thrust, and Hand Me Downs.
Yeah.
So is that a good core of bands that were playing there back in the 80s?
Yeah, probably is at a specific, time frame there. I mean, we forget, we call it we all had long hair and earrings back in the time. So we forget that there was a Stage Stop before. So we were, we'd like to get some of those older bands, and hopefully this might stir up a little interest. I mean, that's really, I'd really love to see that some of those older guys kind of get back together, and maybe we can do something like this again.
Yeah.
To steal one of your lines, maybe this isn't a one and done thing, like you say on the
like
on
this
each
podcast,
week, right? Yeah. So hopefully this is quarterly or whatever. I'm not.
Sure.
We don't know right now,
Right.
but yeah. And then for me, I played the Stage Stop in '91. We were a traveling band, and everybody here wanted to hear original music.
Yeah.
Hey, play some of your stuff. Then so we had a point where we were getting out of our agreement with our agent at the time, and needed to find a place to stay. So Nita let us stay at the band house, for a few weeks.
Nice.
And, always helped out. I mean, she'd do, was it $3.99 steak, shrimp night?
On Sunday nights.
So people like us could go eat because we didn't have any money. And but yeah, she always took care of us. I met Donna there, my wife, and
Hi, Donna.
these guys.
What's up? What's up, Donna? So should we start talking about wrestling now?
Yeah. And then Hulk Hogan came out.
So, but
well, there's one band on that list that I'm super excited to see. I've never seen them live. As many times as they played the Stage Stop, I never caught them. Lord Tracy.
Oh, yeah.
I never went to see those guys, and I cannot wait. I'm looking forward to
you're
that.
for a treat.
I know.
They're so much fun.
I've heard all the stories.
And just hanging out with y'all and hearing about all this stuff and behind the scenes. Lord Tracy is one of those bands that they haven't been doing anything, and they're just kind of coming and reforming just for this, right?
Maybe. I mean, I really don't know the history of it. I've heard that some of the guys were in town for something, and we wanted to take advantage of the.
But they're not
them
active
being here.
much here at all.
I
Right?
think not here.
Not here.
Yeah.
I think they play around maybe a lot in Texas. Maybe I'm not sure.
But the fact that you get all these bands in one place at Neil's must be.
That itself is exciting. Yeah.
Because Thrust, I know enough. We've had David Flexer on the show.
Yeah.
We've had Tracy and Chris Rubel on the show.
Yep.
Who else is Billy?
Billy Little has not been on the show yet, but it'll happen.
We have met him.
Yeah.
So
he's a character, man. He'd be great here.
So because of David Flexer on here, we heard a lot about Thrust,
Yep.
and so it's neat that that's what makes us so unique, right? So has there ever been a bill like this recently with all these old classic bands?
No. And that was
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
that was an exciting part about the idea of trying to get some of these guys back. Now Thrust, they lost their lead singer a few years ago, and so Tracy Rubel was going to step in as vocals. Chris is stepping in the drums,
Right.
and we heard that Cricket's going to come sit in.
I saw that.
I heard he's doing
That's
well,
awesome.
and man, we're really excited about that. So it's a tribute to Ty too, and I know they're excited to be doing it for him.
Man, Ty Crook was one of the most talented people to ever walk the face of the earth. That guy was just amazing.
Pipes.
I mean,
He was the singer.
he was the singer for Thrust. He wrote a lot of the music, and he could play multiple instruments, and he's just amazing. And he's hugely missed.
So Bad Apple, was that David and Tracy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that came up too.
Yeah.
If you, like you said, not one and done, let's say you did it quarterly, whatever, that would give a band like Thrust reason to,
Sure.
let's rehearse again. Maybe write a song.
Oh, that'd be great.
You know what I'm saying? Because now they know, we'll be able to play again in 3 months.
Right.
Let's do something new, maybe, any one of these bands.
Yeah.
And we also had talk of TNA on the list. I don't know if you've met. I mean, and they were there, of course. Unfortunate passing of Wayne.
That's right.
They stepped out. And speaking to Randy Mike Fields, the guitar player, or one of the guitar players. Of course, they're down about it. But man, we're hoping is they don't stop.
Yeah.
We like them to keep continuing and keep being TNA, and hopefully they can, like you say, if we get to do another one of these,
second one of these, maybe they'll be in that one.
Because they're just a great band.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they were fantastic. I remember them vividly at Night Moves.
Night Moves, Rascals, Stage Stop.
Man,
These
you
names
know
keep
them all.
coming up.
Yeah, well, don't lie.
He's learned. We're teaching him.
I'm living vicariously through y'all.
Don't
Crazy
lie. No
motherfuckers.
one remembers anything vividly.
No,
from
that's
those
true.
days.
Except for the drug use and too much alcohol.
Not drugs, young ladies and
That's
gentlemen.
true. That's
Maybe too much medicine.
Turned into the Tom
Soda pop.
Snyder interview with Kiss. He was drunk. They didn't drug him. He was drunk.
Well, we're gonna keep hanging out with you for this intro. I'm glad to have you all here.
Man, yeah.
We're gonna talk about our weekend like we normally do. Is there anything? We'll recount all of this before we go into the interview. But if there's anything we're missing, let us know for sure.
One thing I'd like to say is I want to thank Matt Montgomery for providing backline amps.
Okay.
Memphis Drum Shop for backlining the drum kit.
Killer.
So awesome.
That's
And
massive with the amount of bands that are coming in.
Yeah.
And it was super easy. It was like, hey, because I didn't know how it was going to work. And they're like, what do you need?
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Dang. So
And let's
So
thank
thank y'all.
Niels.
yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
Sure.
And everyone that's going to show up to this, we'll be there.
Yep.
We're going to be sitting with our good friend Jeff Cobble.
Yep.
Okay, good.
My mom's going to be sitting with you guys. I'm
Oh,
pointing to
look
Jimmy,
out.
and Jimmy's like, "Great." And I kicked her out of my table. That's why.
we'll take her in, man. We
Take
got
her in, man. Someone needs to. So what spearheaded this? When did this all start planning, and what was the final deciding factor?
Wow. I guess we started talking about it probably a couple of years ago with off camera Paul Moreau.
What's up, Paul?
Paul Moreau,
Everybody knows Paul.
another member of the Paul Stanley's trivia band.
If you have if you have a large porn collection, you've seen Paul Moreau.
And Paul doesn't have a mic to be able to refute any of this.
He can't.
He's just in trouble. He's just got to sit over there and take
He
it.
cannot rebuttal right now.
No, but we often, and Jimmy too, we often talk about those old days. And man, you remember this band, that band, and some of them I don't. That came through on the road, to be honest with you. But we just got to talk about the stage stop, and thankfully, I mean, like I said, whatever powers be that have our paths cross, and we've had so many friends that we met at the stage stop 30 years ago, and we're all still great friends now.
Mm-hmm.
So we still talk about that, still talk about the music, and I think we were at Hadley's one night. If I remember when it first started, Paul, we got to talking about stage stop and Nita and all that. So man, we need to do something for Nita, because I mean she's done so much for so many, all the stuff she did for MDA. Not to mention the bands, giving them a place to stay, having cheap food so they can eat.
Mm-hmm.
It's I've never been a road musician, but I've heard it is not a pleasant thing.
Yeah. It's not nearly the glamour people think it is.
For sure.
So we just got to talking about that, talking about the old band. Hey man, it'd be great to get some of these guys back together and just get Nita in the room so we can all just say thank you and just tell her how much we appreciate the place.
Sure.
And
miss it.
And let her know how
somebody win the lottery so we can reopen that thing.
Yeah, really.
So there's a lot of obviously bands, which means a lot of phone calls and text threads and everything.
I bet that was fun.
What was the process like? Did it take 3 months to get this thing booked? And
no,
what was it like?
Man, every one of these guys jumped right on.
Yeah,
no question. They were in it. Oh yeah, anything for Nita was the typical response.
Yeah,
absolutely
awesome.
anything for Nita.
And that's a testament to her, man. She was so cool. And I probably only spoke to Nita twice in all the years. But every time I approached her and said something, she was so engaging and nice and cool, and just everybody loved her, man. And there's a reason for that.
And she didn't take any crap either,
no,
man.
She would not take any shit. Don't
I was getting ready to say, you sure you're talking about Nita?
No.
Well, I remember her like put me in a headlock.
Oh yeah,
she had that side. Yeah.
I had some.
You like that shrimp? You like that shrimp?
$3.99, baby.
I said 15-minute break. Get on stage. No, just kidding. She was great.
Oh yeah, I have many run-ins with Nita. Not bad, but none that I can really mention here.
Yeah.
But oh God, I forgot where I was going with this. But
Say something, Jimmy, quick.
A lot of love for Nita.
Yeah.
Before we head off here, again, Jimmy, Joe, thanks for doing this today. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the show. Again, it's at Neil's on June 25th.
Yep.
And Lord Tracy, Roxy Blue, Every Mother's Nightmare, Play Rough, Thrust, and Hand Me Downs. Oh, I can't wait.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm sure so many people in Memphis are excited about this too. So if you guys do this again, if you do another reunion, let us know. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
We'll have you in.
Appreciate you having us. So
Absolutely.
Sure. That's what this is. That's what this is about.